Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, am I yelling? I'm not used to This is brilliant. Can we have some house music, please? I'd like some, funny with your headphones. I'll get used to it. Okay, my name's Malm. I work for Nobia, which is a kitchens company. I will tell you all about them in a couple of seconds. Thank you for coming to my little talk. I'm going to talk to you about lead nurturing. And it's terrific that you're getting so much amazing advice from experts and people that know the future of this business, because what I'm telling you today is really what it's like on the ground, trying to get started in this space. It's hard. It's taxing. You need to set the vision and then get going, and then securing funding is hard. It's been challenging as well. So to tell the story in the right way, we needed to get a POC in place. We needed to prove some results. Start moving. So I'm going to tell you my story, and it feels like it's not a fairy tale, and it's not even a finished story, but just bear with me, and hopefully there'll be something useful for you in there. All right. Yes, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk first a little bit about Nobia, then I'm going to tell you about the POC that we did, the proof of concept for this marketing automation work. And then I'm going to give you some of the sort of what we learnt from it and where we want to head next. Yeah? So first, a little bit about Nobia. We are a kitchens company. So we also sell wardrobes and flooring and other stuff, but primarily we are really passionate about kitchens. We consider ourselves to be specialists in kitchens. Our 20 brand portfolio in Northern Europe. We generate about 13,000 cabinets a week. We're a 6,000 person company. And a lot of our business is actually really old. So Nobia came from buying up lots of kitchen brands across Northern Europe. So if you're from the UK, you've probably heard of Magnet and Magnet Trade. If you're in the Nordics, you'll know about HTH and Marbodal, all those lovely kitchen brands. Anybody out there in the process of buying a kitchen? Show of hands. Anyone done it in the last 12 months? Right. You're feeling it, right? So maybe some of these things will resonate. I just want to touch on what the main insights that we have are when people are out trying to buy a kitchen. One of them is you don't know where to start. There are so many components. There are approximately 300 decisions to make when you buy a kitchen. So it's a very daunting moment just to step into that I need a new kitchen moment. The next thing is, what does a kitchen cost? Price. Understanding what drives price and what a kitchen's going to cost is a major headache for our consumers. And then the third thing is differentiation. What is different between a white kitchen from IKEA and a white kitchen from Marbodal? Why am I spending more? Where do I get the value? So, we have to really lift brand values apart from the quality durability thing, we have to lift our values around heritage, quality, expertise, making it easy for you. So where this leads us to is Nobia's vision, inspiring kitchens made easy. That's what we want to do. We want you to love your kitchen. We want it to give you joy. We want you to make decisions that make you happy. And we want to make the whole process easy. That's really, really important. So when you meet us in these digital channels, when you come across our brands, you want to be feeling inspired, but also taken care of. Okay? We try. And of course, the kitchen industry is changing and is ripe for disruption in the same way that all of our industries are today. And that the digital advantage, is the one to grab, it's the one to take. And that's easy for us to say in this kind of environment where we all work with this and we're all trying in this space. But you take that into the boardroom or to the investors to get proof for this magic, you have to do something. You have to start somewhere. Of course, what's going on, the always-on multi-channel aspect of buying a kitchen, we have to be present. We've got disruptors, like the IKEA Fronts Brigade, sort of doing all these amazing things to change the industry and the way that we buy kitchens. And there's also technological advances in AR that are sort of happening, but not very fast. But still, the expectation from consumers is there. So it's an interesting space to work in terms of technology and change also. Okay, so what we really need to do, or what we try and do with our digital channels, is we've got one main goal. So if your main goal, if you're running an e-com or a fast-moving consumer goods site, if your main goal is to get that sale, is to push someone through to purchase, our main goal on our websites and in our digital presence is to drive people into the stores. We want human contact. It's a big ticket item. When you're buying a kitchen, you need relationships. So we're trying to make it as warm as possible in your online interaction with us before you come into the store and meet our people. All right, so here comes the story. I know you need it. The first part, just to underline the story, is what's going on at Nobia in terms of our major IT infrastructure. We don't have any CRM at scale. So we have different systems all over the place doing different things. So we have to really, take that whole marketing cloud moment, that digital part of it, and almost run it independently to what's going on the ground. So that's a thing that kind of held us back for a long time in terms of getting ahead in this area. And then focusing on a single funnel was super important, like getting a really clear example in place and finding good partners to work with. Okay. So the first thing we did was we found partners and we got together a really good cross-functional team. I'll tell you more about these in a minute. We designed a full funnel lead nurturing process. The idea was that we got the POC in place, and then we needed to scale fast. So we operate, our head offices are in 6 different markets, and getting results and value out across the group in a hurry is always a goal. and I know that some of my people are feeling it. And also our partnerships. So we work with Avaus, and we've been working with Avaus now for about 1.5 years, nearly 2 years. And getting sort of augmenting your team with experts that you trust is a really key success metric moment when doing these kinds of projects. So our team from Nobia, we had these kind of skills in place already. Our conversion experts, business owner and strategist, content managers, and then we needed to bring in experts to help manage and drive the project, to set the strategy and the scope, keep us on track, and be experts in our choice of technology. So we chose Marketo, which was an interesting, partly because Marketo is often considered in a B2B environment, and actually we are half B2B, our business. We're actually really good at selling hundreds of kitchens. That's what we do really well, and we sell one kitchen at a time as well in the consumer space. So Marketo, we hope to serve us in the future more with the B2B challenges, and it's also about a slower buy process. That's about our partners. Oh, and then the way we were working, it was a 3-month period, and we were growth hacking. So it was like in every Tuesday we got together, we looked at the results from the previous week, we tweaked. We wanted this to be a very successful POC. We wanted a report that we could lay on a table that someone could never say no to. So that was the attention we gave the POC. Okay, so I'll explain what we did. We focused. We got our Finnish brands to be the volunteer, the guinea pig, and we focused on our specific 25 to 65-year-old target group with these tactics, and we looked for them on Facebook and Instagram, and we drove them to our website to do our online test, which is a fun onboarding test. You answer 5 questions, choose a few images that you like, tell us how big your house is, a few questions like this. And from there, you give us your mood. We give you a mood board, and we capture your email address along the way. So the email address was the moment that we could capture the customer without having the full customer data platform, big data thing in place. I'm not sure where this is supposed to be. There. We might just pull it along. All right, so then we get, and our goal at the end here is the in-store appointment, the BADA, which is book a design appointment. And then what we're doing along the journey, I can get it to. Okay, I'll just let it go here. Okay, so the buying guide, the pricing drivers, and then moving to meet an expert. This is not about us pushing our products. We want to solve problems for our customers. We want to build a relationship and solve problems, educate you, help you along the way. So these content moments were not immediately our first thing wasn't to push you into the store at all. It was really to start touching on the right insights, the ones that we knew people were struggling with, as early as possible, and to communicate around these. Now, we had retargeting happening through Instagram and Facebook as well. We were tracking through Marketo what was going on the website, who was doing what, click rates, open, close, blah, 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 to see what was working, and hacking at the same time. And we ran it for 3 months. Would you like to know what happened? Yes. Well, good. Now if you came to our website, your likelihood of booking a meeting with us was very, very small. And if you'd been through this flow, we had them at 1.74. This is just in the POC. That's a 278% lift. Now, these are tiny numbers, but you need to remember that buying a kitchen is a big purchase. So just a few extra kitchens sold makes a huge difference to our businesses and our brands. We also found that we got a 4 times better return on our ad spend. So compared to a paid, when you looked at the cost of that conversion, for paid search, it was much more expensive than us driving a customer through the nurture program. And then what I would add, I'll go on actually. So this gave us permission to scale, really. This was enough for me to go to the board and say, we need more money to put into this. Because that's what they understand, right? Kitchens sold at the end of the day is what we really need, and that's how we're going to get funding. 1% more would be, 1% lift in our EBIT. It's that kind of crude at the end of the day, but we have to find the human ways of driving that experience to get that result. We then went to town and went 6 markets, 10 brands, 10 months. We're still in this process. We've got our final 3 brands coming on board now. And this is where the human, the employee, the partnerships, the cross-culture, cross-border part of it comes on in. We have a ton of Slack channels where people are constantly communicating to get the first streams out. And what we did was not only focus on that one stream that we had, but we went deep as well. So we said it's anywhere we're capturing emails or information about our consumers, whether it's offline at an event, or if it's in a store in a competition, or if it's on the website or through Facebook, we need to get them into our streams, into some kind of nurture stream. So that's our goal, is to make sure that everyone who registers an email address with us goes through the Marketo flow and gets into one of these streams. We also have a blueprint policy. So we're really trying to share the learnings across the group, and where we see great things happening, we really roll that out. So if we go back, I just wanted to go back a little bit, which is risky with this thing, to this one. Some cool things that we're seeing happening is that our open rates on these emails, we were in a meeting yesterday, our top 3 brands are getting more than 40% open rates on these emails, which to me is outstanding. You wouldn't think that email was still that powerful, but I think actually, because it's such a high engagement purchase, the kitchen, it's really about finding that right moment and the right message, and it is actually really compelling. And the other thing is that our conversion numbers now coming out of the funnel are around 4%. So getting those customers into store. So we're getting better and better and tweaking. But this is really just step 1, obviously. We need to talk about what we're going to do next. Okay. So it's not been plain sailing, and we are not out of the woods. If I was to, I really think we've only just left the ground. We're only just really taking off. And obviously, with all the opportunity there is around data, data's the new gold. We're going to do lookalikes. We're going to do next best actions. We've got huge dreams for what we want to do next. But really getting the organization into a mindset and a culture that understands that this is worth it. One, this is adding value. This is helping their lives as well as our consumers' lives. It's a constant reminder and sell process. And that culture of sharing the results and getting them out there is essential for us to continue to get funding. And I think I might have had a slide here. And then we have a few other challenges. Low volumes of data. So like I said, it's a process where we don't have huge numbers, because buying a kitchen is not something you do every day. So getting statistical significance can be challenging. Getting the right contract agreed. Marketo, you have to grow with us. Grow with us. We need you to grow with us. Change management challenges. People changing in the brands. Competing content requirements. They need to work on their campaigns as well as what we're pushing at them. It's difficult to keep them on track and aligned. If you were at the Volvo content streams thing this morning, I'm not sure if anyone saw that one, but it's not that smooth with us. We have different brands, different business models, different local setups. And we don't have a single view of the customer. So what's really going on at Nobia is the big IT initiatives that are going to change fundamentally our infrastructure are powering along. And what we're going to do next is the data layer that's going to dock in to that system when it's ready, like a spaceship. That's how I see it. I'm nearly finished. So that's the what next. So that we need to keep this program running, and we've got 3 must-win battles to win next. We've got to keep maximizing leads and conversion. We've got to keep tracking. We've got to keep analyzing, sharing those results and getting it out. We need to figure out what the right KPIs are. It's been terrific having one North Star, which is just get that customer into the store, but we need to get more granular, more subtle, more human, more micro-momented about this. And then putting customer data front and center, while at the same time being a great company to work with, a business to buy from. I forgot to bring my book to show you. we're going to do a bigger roadmap and a strategy piece to figure out what the next level is for us. But this is a whole bunch of stuff that we want to get going with. And if you want more and to know more about these things, go and visit the Avouse stand. Here's a little heads up, call out. Shout out for Avouse. They've got a book with all these things kind of explained, which is very down to earth and understandable for like small ways to get ahead in this area. They've got some over there, and it's online. That's that. And what I would just finish on is that, like at the end of the day, we want people to go home to their new kitchen and feel like that was a great thing to do, and we want them to tell their friends that they had a great time buying their kitchen from us. And we want the use of data and experience to be invisible, that we happen to be there at the right moment and give you the right information. You didn't even notice. It was a dream. And then you're happy in your new kitchen. And then by that, through that great use of data, we'll get the competitive advantage and the happy customer. The end of my story. Let's see. Thank you. Any questions? Anyone want the box? Hang on, I have to put the headphones on to get the question. Shoot.
Yeah. Do you do the upsells also after the kitchen is already purchased?
Not yet. Not yet. But that's the next step. You know, we want to wrap the whole journey up. But at the moment, we're really focusing on that lead. Yes. Was that a hand up? All right. Thanks a lot.